The media is my little bugbear.
The media is incredibly powerful and can really sway opinion depending on, you know, what stance they take.
A lot of people think that if it's in the papers, then it's true. So I have issues with the media.
I think there's far too much negativity, which puts more pressure on young people especially, so they think that they're not doing well before they've even started.
Fatherhood's got a very bad press at the moment because we seem to all be running off and leaving women with kids, sort of thing.
They tend to portray the fact that kids don't need a father. That's what I think is very bad now.
I think it is very unfair that you know, there are these ideals that they project out of society, which is totally unrealistic.
There's a lot of absent dads, isn't there, today? And I think sort of that seems to be something that the media seems to pick up on.
The media could do a lot better because the media just looks for something that's bad that will sell.
We don't get us in a very good picture, I don't think, not the young fathers, because there are a lot of good people about, you know, a lot of bad as well, I know, but there are a lot of good people about. I've got two sons, they're both lovely boys.
I think they can be quite unfair on dads. But they can be unfair on everybody. They can be unfair on whenever you generalise about anything, they can be unfair.
Since we're all tarred with the same brush.
One of my friends has 5 jobs just to keep his kid working, and no one speaks about that.
They portray them as they don't care, but they do.
Your son's got my daughter pregnant, they don't want to hear it. But you do have the dads that do step up and help out, but the media doesn't touch on that, they only touch on the bad side.
I think that there are a few fathers out there that give fathers a terribly bad, a terrible name, but fortunately I'm sure there are quite a few good ones out there.
There are two sides to the story. There are dads that do help out, and there are young kids that can step up.
I don't know what you'd call it nowadays, a bit more of giving people all the facts rather than colouring it with whatever the popular view is to get, you know, emotions high without necessarily giving the truth.
It's always the bad ones that get heard about, isn't it? Never the good ones.
Because it sells.
Yeah.